What is up, everyone? Jeremy here. In this video, we're going to have a quick look at the brand new Cabs of Chaos Volume 2 Impulse Response Pack that my audio company, August Rose Audio, recently released. To do this, I will just play through some stuff for you using my OD guitar with the bare knuckle pickup Ragnaroks in it. This is going into my brand new Fortin NATAS Distortion pedal, into my QuadCortex running a neural capture Brit PA EL34 number 9, which is just essentially a clean amp with EL34 tubes. That is then going into Reaper, and then I've got Libra IR loader up here. So with that, we will just flip through these, and I will just play through some stuff, let you hear what they sound like, and then if there are any that are special in a certain way, I might stop and just kind of talk about those a little bit more. But let's just run through the pack and have a listen. And I'm going to start in the main folder. These are IRs 1 through 20. There is also a separate folder that comes with the pack, and there are 19 IRs in that one, and it's called Blend is the folder. And each IR in that is called Blend 1, Blend 2, etc. through 19. And those are just custom blends of these IRs that I put together that I thought were great and included in here as well. So this is the main folder, and like I said, we're gonna start with IR number 2 because IR number 1 is a little special, and I'll come back to that one last in this pack. So let's go ahead and just kind of hear what this sounds like, starting with IR number 2. Definitely this one has a lot brighter of like an upper mid range, which is nice. And then this next one is definitely my favorite out of all of the individual IRs, the 1 through 20. IR number 5 came out very nice. It has a crystal clean, beautiful top end, nice upper mids, a nice body low end without getting too woofy, and it just sounds absolutely insane. I mean, it just sounds so good, and you drop this one in a mix and it's just like almost instant stank face, right? Like it just sounds so good. Let's keep rolling though, number 6. Instantly darker, and a lot of these are on purpose. So one of the goals I had when putting this pack together was to provide something that had a bit more range, if you will, a bit more options across the entire, frequency spectrum and just overall tone than the Cabs of Chaos Volume 1, the first pack that I released. That one overall had a fairly similar frequency range across all of them. Clearly there were differences, there were different speakers, different mics, but overall they were processed in a way that they all came out fairly similar, which was nice. But with this pack, I wanted something where there's going to be some darker IRs and some brighter IRs. And as you can hear, even instantly flipping from the very bright number 5 to a darker number 6, there's a big difference here, and that was intended. Really a nice good top end, upper mids on that one as well. That one right there, I would say, has a bit more of the nice like upper mid range, kind of in the chainsaw range, right? Like it's not super chainsaw-y, but it does have that upper mid range chainsaw bite in there, where without having the ultra high top end like the last one, number 7, or IR number 5. was a good all-rounder right there. Number 9. Another good one, nice one, some upper mids and some bite to it. I think some of these ones here are a bit darker. Let's see. A little bit more upper mid-range in this one. Lots of good mid-range in that one. Plenty of bite. More upper mid-range snarl here. Yeah, I mean, all these just sound so damn good. Another purposely dark one in here. And clearly you can take some of these dark ones and mix them with some of the more bright ones and blend them to your liking, and they blend really, really well. All of these are phase aligned, so you can easily blend them to your heart's desire. Love that one too. All right, so clearly all these individual IRs sound really damn good on their own, but then let's quickly run through the blend. So these are just some blends that I put together. For the pack, there are 19 of them, and these ones have less of like a difference between them. So as I'm flipping through the individual IRs, you can hear how it just jumps kind of drastically between them. Because these ones are blends of all of them, there's a fairly consistent frequency range between them, but you can clearly hear differences. So number 1. I mean, as I said, you can clearly hear differences. So the last one was a bit brighter than this one, but again, they all have a fairly consistent frequency range. Just some of the frequencies are going to be a little bit higher, a little bit louder than others, just because of the what went into blending each of these. I mean, they all just sound so damn good. I mean, there's a quick run through of every single one. You just heard them all, except one. And I want to circle back to that now. All right, so IR number 1. This is sort of a special one, and it kind of was an accident in how I created this. So when I made this pack, or when I was putting together this pack, I knew I wanted new speakers, new cabinets, and new microphones. So I acquired new gear for all of that, new mics, new speakers, and new cabinets. And one of the microphones that I used in this it has a selectable polar pattern on it from figure 8. It's a condenser mic, right? So it's got to where you can do both sides, like all the way around it. It's got the figure 8 to where it just picks up the front facing and the back facing sides of the condenser, and it blocks out the sides. A bunch of different polar patterns. Well, when I was capturing some of the IRs, I didn't realize I had it on, I believe it was the like all around pattern, whatever the hell that is, just the one that shows the circle. So it was capturing the side that was facing the speaker, but as well as the room, the back of the room, and just kind of the space that the cabinet was in. And I found that actually was pretty cool. And I left it in here just because I thought it would be really fun just to play with. You know, you can load this one up and just jam because it sounds cool. It sounds like it's in a room. It's got some of that ambient space to it. And with the condenser mic, it's got a really wide frequency range from low end to high end, and it just sounds really good when you're playing by yourself. When it's in a mix, not necessarily the best IR. However, this one does blend really well with the other ones. So this is IR number 1. Nope. This is IR number 1. I mean, it just sounds so damn good, right? Like it's got that kind of spacious open sound to it. Some nice snarl in the upper mids. It's got plenty of body and beef in the low end. Clearly, I had to include this just because it sounds so damn good. But like I said, because of some of that spaciousness, the openness of how it sounds, it isn't necessarily the best for a mix, but when you blend this with one of the other ones, it's just magic happens. It sounds so good. So I threw it in there, and I hope you all dig it and enjoy that. So that is just a quick run through of what each of these IRs sound like, and as you can hear, they all are phenomenal. So now what I'll do is just kind of give you an example of what these sound like, or at least a couple of them, what they sound like in the context of a full mix. So let's hear that. All right, so here we are. I have Pro Tools up, and this is a session for a song that I put together for an EP that I released last year, 2022. The EP was called The Space Between. This track is called Fire in the Sky. So if you like what you're about to hear, definitely go look up the EP because this and 4 other songs are on the EP. Buddy of mine, Joey Munson, did the vocals on this and absolutely killed it, and we are working on some new material. So stay tuned for that. I will share more on that as it develops. But for now, what I want to do is show you what the Cabs of Chaos Volume 2 IRs sound like in the context of a full mix. So what I have here is 2 Libra IR loaders. The top one is the left channel, the bottom one is the right channel, and we are starting with the standard IRs. So this is IR number 4 on both the left and the right channel. And just so you know, the full tone here is the Fortin 808, which is an August Rose Audio plugin. Then it is archetype Nolly, because I just loved the way that this 5150 sounded, especially paired with these IRs and in this context. So this is what we're using. And then of course into the Libra IR loaders with the Cabs of Chaos Volume 2. So this is IR number 4. I mean, right? It sounds so good. And they fit in this mix so well. I mean, you still have plenty of bottom and body to them, and bottom end, upper mid range is cutting right through the mix so well. So let's move back here. to the second half of the verse where there's some other guitars and synths and stuff, and you can really hear how well they sit in this mix. All right, that's IR number 4. As I said, I wanted to give you a couple examples. This one is my favorite in basically the entire pack, so we got to listen to this. So this is IR number 5. God, just that bite in the upper mids, it's so, I love it so much. It just sounds so good. Let's listen to the second half of the verse back here. So good. All right, so that's a couple from the main pack. Now let's jump to the blend and have a listen to a couple of these, because these ones sound good just across the board. You just pick one and drop it in a mix and it's gonna basically sound good. And that's what I'll do, in fact. I will just go to the IR browser. We'll start with one and I'll just kind of bounce around. So here they are. This is the blend. Let's see where to go here. Let's start at the beginning. I mean, there you go. That is Cabs of Chaos Volume 2 in a nutshell. They sound incredible on their own if you just want to jam, and they drop so well into a mix. And in fact, let me show you the only EQ that I have on the entire rhythm guitar bus, and this is actually EQ that just came with my session. I didn't change it for Cabs of Chaos because the only thing in here is just ducking a little bit with a dynamic EQ on the low end. And there was a resonant frequency, I think, just in the DI that kind of, when you run it through an amp with distortion, it kind of rang out a little bit. So I ducked that here. That's it. That's it. Oh, and of course, just killing some of the lows, which really the Cabs of Chaos, like they're already cutting out the lows. So this was probably here because of a different IR that I was using and needed to cut it out. But as you'll see, it's not even needed here. Not even really needed. All right, so that is it. That is Cabs of Chaos Volume 2. You heard it soloed, you heard it in a mix, and you can see how well it drops into a heavy session like this. So if you are a metal guitarist or producer, this is the pack for you. You're definitely gonna wanna grab this. Hit the link below to go right to the website on the product page and grab this. And it is currently 25% off throughout the month of November as an introductory sale. So don't miss out on that. It's like $5 off. So save when you can, right? And with that, I want to say thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.